So when I got crunched, I folded forward, and I guess it pushed the disc out the back.
Yeah.
So yours would have pushed the disc out the front.
So Tandy did an MRI yesterday, and I was kind of like, why do you want to do an MRI? We've already imaged this and whatnot. So when he called me this morning, he said it all looks the exact same like it has. It just kind of strained it, and that's what sent it into spasms on Saturday. And yeah, so nothing new. He said something about a disc.
So you never had surgery?
No, because it didn't ever mess anything up. It was all soft tissue. But he said something about a disc, like maybe it's protruding a little bit or something like that.
Yeah.
L3 or 4.
Herniated.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, not sweet, but that's why you sat down so slow.
Yeah. It's just tight and sore at this point. Like, it ain't locking up and spasming like it was Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit tight.
Yeah. You be good to go, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gave me some muscle relaxers for that first night because it just wouldn't stop spasming.
Yeah.
And that calmed those down. And then, like I said, Sunday it was just really tight and sore. Like, I couldn't bend over still, or else it'd just give out. And then yesterday it was still pretty hard bending over, so I didn't really do that. But then, like, today it's loosened up pretty decent.
Yeah.
Bending over is just tight.
When you get on next?
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, so a couple days off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, it hasn't done that in 6 years. Like, that happened in 2017 when Bruiser knocked me out. 2018, it did it two times or so. 19 once and 20 once, where it would just spasm and lock up on me.
Yeah.
And then it hasn't done that, but just the way I twisted coming off that bull the second round just put it into a fit.
Mine would get to where if I sat down for any length of time, I couldn't stand up straight.
Really?
Yeah.
Yours crushed you when you were forward?
Yeah, the horse came backwards, so in the chute, just put my knees on my chest. So, anyway.
You ever had that Jesus shot?
No, I've heard about it.
Man, it's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I got to where I couldn't stand up. Part of team season last year, and went and had the shot, and like 5 days later, it's brand new.
Is that the one that you got to have repeatedly?
Like every once a 9 to 12 months, probably. I just went and had it again, but it was like I got decimated disc too, and it just takes all the inflammation out, and it's game changer.
I had surgery, 2 surgeries.
Yeah.
Tandy sent me to Dawsett, and anyways, the first one didn't work, and he was like, I think we should do it again. I was like, all right, and then the second one worked.
Yeah.
The second one did work.
How close together were those two?
Like a year.
So you were out and then immediately out again.
And then the second one, I was out longer. So I was out 2 full years. So how did this last weekend go for y'all?
Well, I'm not riding this year at the finals. I got to sit out until teams.
Yeah.
Back in February, I got wrecked out in Salt Lake City pretty good. So I'm out till...
What happened in Salt Lake?
I got knocked out pretty good.
Dang.
Yeah. I think I was out for a couple minutes. Ended up having a seizure. But
Whoa.
we've done a bunch of tests, like everything's clearing up and looking good. There's no signs of seizures or none of that no more.
So you had some even after that?
No, I didn't have any, just the one.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I've been good. I felt fine. They just think there's a little more healing needs to be done, and I'll be good to go.
Have you been on it all?
Yeah, I decided the day I was entered in Vegas for the American qualifier, and I decided like the night before I was like I'm just gonna. So I bought a flight and got on 4 practice bulls and went.
Oh, you decided to go to the American qualifier the night before?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I went. I didn't do no good, but that's all I've been on.
Gotcha. What practice bulls did you get on?
Just some spinners at my house.
Oh, you got some?
Yeah, I've got like 50 heads in at my house.
That's a lot of practice bulls.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Why you have 50?
No, we do bull ridings every Sunday at my house, and we do a junior rodeo association and all that stuff.
Where do you live?
Cherville, North Carolina.
That's right.
Well, you live at Chicken Hill.
Chicken Hill.
Chicken Hill. Is that over by, what's that place called? Love Valley?
It's about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
From Love Valley.
You ever been to Love Valley?
Oh, yeah. I've been to Love Valley.
It seems like everybody around there has.
Yeah, everybody's been to Love Valley.
It's a wild spot.
Do a bunch of junior rodeos there when I was a kid, so I went there all the time.
Bootlegger is the drink. You ever had bootlegger at Love Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard stay away
from it. I
from
didn't
it.
know about bootleggers here.
Yeah.
Do you know of bootleggers?
Nuh-uh.
Really?
Nope.
Apparently, yeah.
it's
I had
a
not
thing.
known about it.
What is it?
It's just like a little liquor drink.
Yeah, it's like a sweet. Isn't it
it'll
sweet?
Give you it'll give you a headache.
Is it like a moonshine or?
It's a knockoff moonshine.
Yeah.
It's like I mean,
Gotcha.
it's illegal. I mean, that's what I think. That's
It's
it's a
selling gas stations.
moonshiner guy on the bottle.
Yeah,
I did
gotcha.
not partake, but my brother and JB did, and it was them two, me, Randy, Samantha. Yeah, it was some guy rode a horse into the bar. And it was
Tiny.
wild. Oh, you know the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he
Yeah.
got in a fight with somebody that night.
There's usually a fight that breaks out Love Alley.
Yeah. Yes, he like stepped on somebody's foot with the horse or something. Yeah.
Have you
You've
been to Love
never
Alley?
Never
drank,
been, no.
have you?
No, sir.
Not
Yeah.
like not ever.
Yeah, I
through
haven't
high
even
school or
tried it.
nothing. Huh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I almost did. I had Troy Aikman on the podcast, and he had a new beer, but I didn't then either. So, and then JB
Made
offered
it
me
30-some
one.
years.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
at this point?
Why at this point? Yeah, and then JB offered me one in the arena at Buck Jam, but I turned that down too because I know he's just goofing around. So, but yeah, I make dumb enough decisions sober.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? I'm an idiot sober. I can't risk any more. Yeah. So, anyway, what about you? How's things been going for you?
Been good, man. I've been in the TV booth, kind of picking on these guys, and
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun. Big transition, and I don't miss it just yet. So
Right.
I'd say it's going good.
Yeah. When's the last time you got on?
Team finals. That was kind of the last time I wanted to get on. We won, and I made a deal with myself that day. Hey, nothing else to prove, and we're gonna go out on top.
How old's your little boy?
He's 10, about to be 11.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prime time, baby.
Man, that's it. That's all we do is play baseball right now, and I get to be baseball dad. So I'm cheering him on, and that's it's pretty fun.
Is he trying to be a bull rider?
He's mentioned it, but
Yeah.
it's like comes and goes. I'll be like, all right, we'll go tomorrow and get on, and it's like, okay, we didn't mention it tomorrow, so we don't do it.
That's a good way
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. If I can keep him out of riding bulls, I'll be in good shape.
Yeah. My dad said that there was, he did the same thing with me, but it was like you just get to a certain age, and maybe it's different for different kids. Like Jagger's a little unique, but like you got to get to where you at least want it bad enough that you're going to try hard enough that you're going to play offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, when you're so little, if you just slide off a bull, that's when you'll really get hurt. Just, going no bones on a bull.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. It seems like it's going to be difficult to navigate with, do you push your kid to do something that I don't know.
It's one of those deals. If he was all in on it and that's all he wanted to focus on, then yeah, sure, like we'll go do it. But I'm not about to create this monster and trying to make him ride bulls and do something because I did it. It's definitely scary enough to think about, but as long as he's focused on baseball and maybe want to go play golf every now and then, I'm good with that.
Well, now that you're out, going back to bull riding, now that you're out, how you? Well, oh wait, I gotta give you all these before we get too far. These are. I'm gonna ask about the teams deals. I want to talk about the teams things. These are Dallas Fort Worth goldbacks from our friends at Texas Precious Metals. They sponsor the podcast. It's real gold. I like gold.
That's rank.
Yeah, I like to. I
that is
suggest
cool.
people use them as a bookmarker. What do you do with a gold back? You can put it in your wallet, but I use them as a bookmarker. And one day the streets will be paved. The streets of heaven will be paved with gold, and I think it'll be gold from Texas Precious. I gotta stop saying that. That's sacrilegious. So, anyways, those are y'all's.
Thanks, Dale.
Now that you're out, what's your overall vibe of the team's deal compared to just one man bull riding season?
Man, I love it. I think teams gets to bring out the best in guys. It definitely brought out the best in me, and it made my career go a lot longer than I ever thought it would be, which is why I made the decision to just strictly do teams the last 4 years of my career. And I think it really does help those guys transition from, being good bull riders at 18 and kind of having that 6-month season to really introduce them to the higher level bulls, but having a coach there to kind of teach them through it. Like I think at 18, if I would have had the access to pick up the phone and call Jerome Davis and like, hey man, what do you think? Like to me, like I think that is so awesome and a step in the right direction of making the sport better.
What does it change for the viewer?
You know, it gives the viewer a chance to cheer for somebody or a team because they're close, or, you know, it's got that hometown feel. If you don't know any of the guys, you can still cheer for a team that, you know, just because they're in your state, and then you start to become a fan of the team and you know the guys. And, you know, I think it's definitely growing our fan base. It may not be the old school cowboy, but it's, you know, I think we're more mainstream now because of it.
Yeah. I was talking to a guy, I'll leave his name out of it, but he's Navajo and he ropes bulls. And he was saying that, like, in person, it's like changed the whole game. Like, it's crazy how much more enjoyable watching a bull riding in person was. He said on TV it seemed like it was kind of more, it seemed more just like a bull riding, like, which is still fun to watch, but it was something about in person. Have you had that experience as a competitor?
Yeah, I just feel like when you got your buddies on the back of the chutes, like they're genuinely in your corner, and like you're going to battle with 4 of the guys that day, and you're not going to open your hand. Like the tries there, like you're busting your butt making sure that these rest of these guys are getting paid and putting food on their table too. Like it's to me, that's what makes it special.
Is it more pressure?
Yeah, and like I think that's why I liked it so much. Like you're not just riding for you at that point. Like you've got guys depending on you, and if you don't do your job, then it affects us all.
Yeah. What about the pressure to get cut?
Like from a team?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I mean it's there. There's so many good bull riders out there right now. Like,
right.
If you mess up, or you're on the practice squad now. I mean that's how it is. So I don't know, but like Coop said, I feel like being able to call a guy like Jerome or something like that keeps that from happening. You know, like the teams really changed me. Like, you know, I got on tour as soon as I turned 18 and got introduced to those bulls, and then when the teams come around and I got to be around those coaches and stuff, it put me from being a top 35 guy on tour to a guy that was competing for a world title. So I agree with Coop on that. The teams is heading in the right direction for bull riders.
Yeah.
I wear Shady Rays because they fit my face. They block the sun, they look amazing, and they're affordable. And if you use code DALE on ShadyRays.com, they'll be even more affordable, to the tune of 40% off when you buy 2 pairs. So go to ShadyRays.com and use code DALE. I love you all. Hey, old son, Total Feeds has been powering Radiator Ranch for over a decade. It kept Boone going, gave him an extra 8 years on his life, I know. If you don't feed Total Feeds, you ain't no cowboy. I was feeding it long before they sponsored me, and I'll be feeding it long after they drop me.
I don't know. I've always thought about like what it would be like to be in an NFL locker room, just because, you know, there's probably not a lot of hand holding from the coaches. And what's it like if you get on kind of a run or get in a slump, you know, you have a few bad games, and then like at the end of the day, like football is fun, but when you're at that level, that's your income. And if you're not performing at your best, you know, you could just lose your job. And I don't know, I haven't heard of, you know, the stories of guys getting cut in bull riding, but like, you know, everybody kind of has a little streak here and there of like, unless you're Del Brisby, of course, but like everybody has one of those little, you know, it's like, dang, I'm not putting together the rides I wanted on the last several, you know, and is that more of the pressure in the chute, or is it performing for the team?
I'd say performing for the team for sure. Like I remember last year, there's not another feeling like being in the locker room, suited up with everybody, like fixing to go out there and T-Mobile Arena on a Sunday for a world title with all your best friends there. There's no other feeling like that.
Yeah.
And I remember Jerome told us last year, he looked at me and he said, look, You're riding for Cooper. You're riding for Derek. You're riding for Jess. You're riding for everybody and their family today. You're not just riding for yourself. And that right there is when teams really clicked for me, I feel like. Was right then.
On the flip side of that, you talk about those slumps and stuff. Like last year, I had my slump. Like that was worst I'd ridden in probably 10 years. And I felt bad, man. Like I felt really bad. I'd bucked off like 10 straight. And I told Jerome and AD, I was like, hey, man, like y'all might want to trade me or something because this ain't working out for y'all. And like I genuinely felt bad. And, you know, finally rode through it and came out on the other side of it. But, yeah, I mean, that pressure is definitely there too.
And that's when being a teammate becomes really important too, because like sometimes when a guy is in a slump or something, you're gonna try and get him out of it with some different bulls, you know, because the coaches match your bulls up. So you might have to take the tougher one for a couple weeks until you get him where he can, you know, get on those tougher ones too, and you can trade him out a little more. But you just got to know when, like, don't let it get to you like that they're putting you on the hard ones every time or more than you should. You think you got to be a teammate and look at what's the best for the team to ride 5 bulls that day.
Dang, that's so much to think about. I'm trying to process everything because, yeah, like the cowboy side of things, the last thing you want to do, I mean, you want to pull your weight, you know, so the last thing you want to do is like, why is coach putting me on the pup, you know?
I feel like the best way we look at it and Jerome looks at it, it's like who can get the most points out of what bull. Like a guy like Cooper, a nicer one into his hand, he can flash up and style up. Clay, being a little taller and lankier, you put him on a little bit harder bull that's kind of going to throw some crap at you. Clay's able to give him his arm and just get the whistle. And smaller guy like me, put me on a bull into my hand, I can kind of flash him up too. Like I feel like each bull goes with each rider in a way, like you match them up to where you're going to get the most points out of that bull with that rider.
I feel like that's something we've critiqued over the years too. Like year number 1, we didn't really know what to expect coming into this. It just, oh, well, that bull goes right. That's Coops. You know, like as we progressed into learning, like Cooper's good at bulls that back up. Clay's, you know, good at bulls that have a lot of kick. Like there's little things that like you really try to pay attention to when you're matching guys up. Not just, well, you know, he ought to be able to ride that one. Like it's really is. There's a lot of strategy on Jerome's part and our part. Like we talk about it with him. Like if there's a bull that's questionable, you know, Clay and I were always really good about going back and forth. Well, I think this one fits you better, or vice versa. And it's that part of it to me is one of the most fun parts about it.
So they draw. How do they draw? Because I'm curious. Like, surely there's not going to be a team that gets 5 buckers, and somebody else gets 4 pups and 1 bucker or something like that. Like, so how do they?
They're supposed to be
avoid
evenly
that?
matched across the board. Like if you've got a bucker here, say if you got Red Demon on one side, you're probably going to have Magic Potion, you know, on the other team.
They're not both going to be on the same.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to match these bulls up to where everybody's got an equal chance, and they may not go left and right. You know, it's just the degree of difficulty is what they're trying to match across the board.
And I'm sure it's not a perfect system.
No, it's. I mean, it'd be really hard to get it perfect, but
Yeah.
they do. He's done a pretty good job of it. Riley does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You said that that you chose to just do teams. Can guys choose to just do the other half of the season?
Yeah. I mean, it's up to the guys what they want to do. If
What
they wanna-
percentage of guys do that?
I don't know of any.
Really?
Any?
That's how it's like everybody loves the teams.
Yep.
Really? Dang. I have sensed the love for the teams deal. Like it seems as though there's not a lot of people against it. But I assumed maybe there'd be somebody that was just like, no, I want to ride for me only. But man, that's how good it is.
It's good. And then you've got guys that, you know, they may leave teams and go rodeo or do whatever.
Right.
Like Hudson.
Like
last
Hudson.
year.
And then he comes back and signs a long-term deal with his team. And, you know, there's that freedom there. If you communicate with your team, you can kind of go and do as you please and on a lot of them.
Do you think there's a world where one day it's just only teams?
I think it's moving closer to that than we think. I really do.
I feel like they got to transition like they have. Like there wouldn't have been a world where they just switch. But guys like you two that, you know, grew up on the one way and then now you're doing the new way.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe your generation of bull riders, like, I mean, I don't know. Surely they've talked about it where this is the new system. If you want to rodeo for yourself, or if you want to ride bulls for yourself, go rodeo.
You know, I think if there's ever that transition where it goes strictly to teams, I think we'll still get an individual world champion out of it. I don't think we're ever going to get rid of that. You know, I think every guy in the locker room still has that goal of wanting to be a world champion themselves too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see that ever going away. Because everybody's just got that little bit of competitive edge that wants to be the best. And how do you know who's the best individual rider without?
Yeah, I guess it gets tricky then, because then you're trying to like accumulate points.
Mm-hmm.
Then you may have a guy almost like quote unquote chasing stats to accumulate points to win that gold buckle, and then also like now your coach has your world title in his hands. But anyway, I can see a world where maybe there's some type of compromise, but it's just speculation. I just thought that up in my head just now. But if everybody loves the teams deal, I mean, that's what made me think about it. Everybody seems to love the teams deal. Does it change the way you actually go down the road? I mean, that should be about the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's about the same, I guess. Yeah.
I don't think it changes your mindset with bull riding.
No.
I mean, bull riding's, even during the team season, it is a singular individual sport.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter if everyone on your team rides their bulls. If you don't ride your bull, then you're worthless to the team on that day. I feel like you treat it a little bit differently, but it all starts and ends with your riding, and it's an individual sport in the end of it. So whether you're riding for a team or you're riding for yourself, your mindset's the same, the travel's the same, just the individuality of the sport, it stays the same.
Mm.
And like me, like during the regular season, I go home and get on practice bulls, same thing I do in the teams. But now, with it being the teams, I got guys like Coop I can call, or Jerome, send them videos like, hey, what do you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
What should we change right here?
Yeah.
I think the only thing that changed for me riding was showing up at a different time. Like I was always the guy that showed up 45 minutes to an hour before the bull riding started, and with teams, everybody had that. They wanted to show up 2 hours before and prep and get ready, and like that was about the only difference to me as far as, you know, travel goes.
I think that a big part of being successful in all of rodeo is controlling your emotions the moments and minutes before the ride. Specifically speaking, like in the chute, how did that change at all for you guys? Like, I know the pressure's still there, but like, were there moments where you're in the chute and it kind of crosses your mind, this or that, or team deal this, or I wish I would have picked a different bull for myself? I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, as a rider, how that moment might have changed.
I mean, it changes a little bit, I feel like, because when you're in a game, say we're in a game with Austin Gamblers, and they've got 2 scores on the board, we've got 2 scores on the board, they just went and bucked off, and now I'm in the chute, Clay's in the chute, or Coop's in the chute, and we've got the chance to, go a score ahead of them. There's that little bit of feeling like, all right, it's my time to shine, like, let's pull through for the team right here. But I feel like it goes back to the individuality of it. You've got to just treat it like it's the regular season. You're just riding for yourself. Because when you get to thinking stuff like that, I feel like when you're like, okay, I'm going to get this and we're going to get one up on them and try to close this out, I feel like it just puts you in a different mindset that's not bull riding.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep it simple when it's in the teams format like that, but I think that's the way you got to keep it. But there's that little bit of thinking that slips into your mind like that, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like if you're the last guy out and all you got to do is get a score for your whole team to win, that's a little more pressure than just staying on the win for yourself, I feel like.
Yeah.
But you got to just embrace that. I feel like I really embrace it and love that pressure. And I feel like if everybody can get into that, like loving having a team on your back, like to win the game for, it's awesome.
Yeah. Who won this last year? Team deals? Y'all did? Yeah, that's what I thought. And the first team's event is when?
July 12th, I believe.
Colorado.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Colorado. That's when I think I'm going to be up there, too, for that college deal.
Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It seems that one temptation a lot of guys in the PBR over the years have had is to go rodeo a little also. Like it is, what as veterans, like what are your guys' thoughts on somebody maybe trying to do a little bit of both?
You know more about the rodeo scene than I do.
Yeah, I mean, the way I started my career was through rodeo. I went to the NFR in 13, and I'm really glad that that's the way I did it because I feel like I learned a lot rodeoing. You learn how to travel, you learn how to win, you learn how to lose. And, one of the great things about rodeo is most of the time you got a bull the next day. So you buck off, go fix it the next day. And, when you're at the PBR, it's a business. You don't get a layup every now and then. You're getting the heat each and every week. So, I think it's good for those guys every now and then to go, and especially if they're not getting on a bunch of practice bulls, but to go see something new, go get that confidence back. Because if you lose your confidence in the PBR at that level, it's really hard to regain it.
Yeah. What keeps more guys from doing that, you think? I just don't feel like there's a lot of guys juggling both.
It's just a lot of bulls, and I'm a PBR guy. I love the PBR. I love everything about it. The schedule fit me perfect, especially once I started, family, and I liked the structure of being gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and being home the rest of the week. That just fit me. But the younger guys, there's no problem with going to rodeo. At the end of the day, it was always PBR for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was actually, before I got hurt in Salt Lake City, I was entered up in my first couple pro rodeos a couple weeks after that. And of course, I had to turn out of them. But
yeah.
I was just going to go a little bit this year and see kind of how I liked it and maybe fill my permit and go from there, see what happens.
It's hard to argue with the money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's just so much money in the PBR. Like if you're riding bulls at an elite level, like why not get the money for getting on them?
For like me and John, we get on so many practice bulls during the week. We were like, we might as well just go enter these rodeos and get paid to get on bulls.
Especially the level of practice bulls y'all were getting on.
Yeah, exactly. So we can go get on the same caliber bulls most of the time that we practice on, and go place at a pro rodeo, if not win it.
Right.
So if you're gonna go call that your practice and make some money while you do it.
How does the team feel about practice?
I think if you're struggling, absolutely go practice. And we always had some practice sessions and stuff during training camp. And, Robson, he had his place here in Texas. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities to practice. If a guy's struggling, you better go practice because somebody else can come take your spot if you don't.
Yeah.
Like last year, I was kind of just coming back to bull riding, from the last couple years. And I've never been a guy for practice bulls. I would always get on one before New York City every single year, and that would be my practice bull for the year. Well, fast forward to last year in team season, like I said, I'd been away from bull riding for a couple years, and I was rusty. I wasn't riding good at the first few events, and it just wasn't clicking. And I knew I needed to get on practice bulls, but I was just dreading it. It's always how I've been. I just do not like practice bulls. I'm just going to save my body and ride at the events. Well, I couldn't necessarily do that in the teams. I kind of shoved my team to the side, put my priorities above the teams. So I was getting on practice bulls at home, and it kind of just was a thing I had to do in order to get myself right for the team and, pull my weight around there.
Yeah. I guess that would be the frustration of maybe somebody in a slump. It's like, if you're in a slump, that's one thing, but if you're in a slump and you ain't doing nothing about it.
Yep, that's exactly what it was for me. Like I said, I don't like practice bulls one bit, but I knew the only way to fix it was to ride through it, get that feel back, get that timing back. And the only way to do that is riding bulls. So it wasn't something I was looking forward to, but I had to do it and prioritize my team over myself.
And the last 2 years, after the finals. So from November to June, I didn't go on any bulls. Like it was just one of those deals that like never really thought about it, never worried about it. Bull riding is second nature, like riding a bike. Well, this last year is a little different. I should have been getting on practice bulls, and I should have, putting the work in. Like I put the work in the gym. I never quit doing that, but it definitely, the rust was there in June, July. So it took a while to knock that off.
Yeah.
I had to go to Chicken Hill and get all fixed up, got on some bulls and a hat, which I never did, and just went back to having fun with it.
Yeah.
I just get on practice bulls because I just like getting on bulls, really. I can go win the event, and if I go home and get on bulls during the week, I don't know. I'll just be sitting at the house and we'll just be like, let's go load bulls, and I just go buck bulls. Just for fun, really.
What's the rankest practice bull you have?
I don't know. I really don't got any rank ones. I got just some, probably my better ones are bull team bulls, I would consider them. They're 86, 87 pointers.
Yeah.
I mean, they go to the velocities for the bull teams, and they're usually 86 to 87 on the ones I take, and I practice on them. And shoot, I got a bunch of bulls that I would call them amateur bulls. They just spin. They're 19, 20-point spinners, and I'll go get on them with tennis shoes all the time. Just
stay sharp,
fun.
baby. Yeah. I think, too, it's probably a little tricky, like, being a veteran, like, it is second nature, but, and how old are you?
20.
Yeah. The recovery time for, mid-30s guy is just a little different than a 20-year-old. It's because it's not that you don't love riding bulls also.
Yeah, I just know how bad it hurts whenever I do. So try to minimize that little pain in that window.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough to navigate too as a coach, like how do you push a guy? But I guess Jerome has a good way of doing that.
He does really good at that. He knows that Jess isn't going to get on as many practice bulls as I am. And we're going to go over there, and I might get on 4 or 5, and Jess maybe get on 1, but we're still ready to win that weekend. He knows it's whatever's the best to get that guy to be able to win that weekend. And for Jess, it's not getting on practice bulls. He doesn't need to get on as many practice bulls.
And Jerome always tries to make it your idea.
Exactly.
What do you think about?
Yep.
And to me, that's what makes one of the best qualities of him as a coach. He's always trying to get you to think about it, but nudge you in the right direction as well. And he's
dealing with. He also knows what he's dealing with, bull riders, and we get. At least I think, I don't know about the PBR, but usually bull riders get 1099s. We're self-employed, we're a cowboy version of an entrepreneur that's gonna, this is how I want to do it. It's probably especially dealing with, somebody more veteran who, was in the PBR before the teams. Hey, this is how I like to ride bulls. Maybe that'll be different when you guys start coming up 18, 19 years old and all they know is teams. But a coach probably can't go in there like he can a football team and just, yell at his players.
We've had a few of those days.
Perform better. Oh, he does still?
I feel like what Jerome is so good at as a coach, though, and this isn't docking any of the other coaches. All the other coaches are great coaches. They're great bull riders. But I think where Jerome really strives as a coach is that he understands me, Cooper, Derek, the guys, some of the older guys that, not to be boastful, but we've been there, done that, and that we know what we're doing, that he doesn't have to coach us per se. Yeah. He understands and accepts that this is the way we kind of go about bull riding. And if I say, Jerome, I really don't want to get on a practice bull, or I want to get on one, he trusts me as a bull rider from what I've done in the past and understands that, where he's not going to, push me to, I think you should get on 3 today. He kind of trusts our process because we've been around and he's seen what we're capable of on our own, that he doesn't have to push us extra.
He probably knows who he signed.
Yep.
And he signed you for a reason. Yeah.
One of the coolest things about teams to me is if you look across every team and the coaches and the players or the riders that are on that team, that coach matches the team or the riders. Those riders, say for instance, if you look at Lambert's team, he's very good at coaching that type of rider. Or if you look at, Lostro in New York, he's got guys that he can work on one certain thing with them. Like it's very, I don't know how to say it other than, like Jerome's almost got a taste in what he likes in a player or a rider.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just across the board, each and every team almost has a style.
Yeah, like you look at the Rattlers and Lambert, I stayed at Lambert's for 3 years, and Lambert's just a dirty, tough, old bull rider. And you look at his team, and it's just a bunch of dirty, rotten, tough, trying hard, gonna get stomped in the ground if they have to get the score. That's their team.
And he gets
and
the
you
best
take that
out
into
of
our
them.
team, like, yeah, we're tough, but we ain't dirty, rotten tough like them guys. It's just a different playing field.
Yeah. It's so neat that there's such a specific and intentional way to help transfer all that knowledge, like all these like world champion guys with gold buckles that are now, because I'm sure you probably could have, Jerome's a nice guy. Like you could have sent him a video before the team started and he would critique it. But there's got to be another level of thinking behind his advice when he also has a vested interest in your success. Like, hey, no, we have to fix this. He might, because he's there's going to be a certain level of just niceness that you're doing good. Try hard. You're doing good. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it, But it's like, no, buddy, you need to fix this, this, and this.
We're
Like
both not gonna
today,
get paid this week.
how are we going to fix it? There'll be a follow-up question.
Exactly.
Send me videos of your practice tonight. It to me it does, because all the coaches seem like kind of legendary type guys, and I'm sure it also gives them another wave of energy. Like that's cool too for Jerome that he gets to be a part of this. Cody too, where it's not just picking bulls. Anyway, I
Gets
think
fired up.
yeah, it
Gets
gets
more fired up. Then,
I imagine.
yeah, he gets fired up.
Yeah, unleash a competitive side. But, So how's the finals looking right now across the board
It's still pretty wide open. There's
this week?
Hudson Bolton's kicking butt right now. He's 4 for 4. He's got lights out coming into Dickey's Arena, so it's more than likely going to be 5 for 5. And we did a little deal at the end of Cowtown the other day that if it ends today, Luciano is a world champion. It's just so close up at the top right now that whoever does the best out of these next 4 days that's going to be your world champ in the top 10.
So it's Dickey's Arena is just Saturday night?
No, Dickey's Arena is Thursday to Sunday.
Okay, the next 4 nights.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So there's a lot to be determined on the Bulls side of things as well. I mean, the Bulls right now, it's like 0.1 points between the Bull World Champ and the number 2 spot. So it's I think 10 Bulls have a chance right now.
Yeah. But y'all already did the draft, right?
No, so we'll have a draft June 2nd for this this 26 year. Yeah. So we had free agency that opened up a week or two ago, and we got Keyshawn Whitehorse and Tiago Salgado. So we're pretty happy with our team so far.
And then do you also get to draft?
We do have,
Somewhere.
we'll have 11th pick right now, which way down there.
Right.
And so we're kind of waiting to see how that plays out.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of added pressure just for the finals, obviously, because you guys are watching to see who you want to draft.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will shine for these last few pairs.
That's it. And like we're not necessarily just looking at, how well somebody did. Like to be on Carolina, you got to have the right attitude. Like there's just no other way about it. The way you carry yourself, the way you walk in the locker room, the way you present yourself. Like there's a lot of things that, we're really looking for, not just, well, he's a good bull rider. Like you got to carry yourself a certain way.
Have there been any sleepers where it's like somebody maybe was way down there on the draft pick list, but then just lights out at the team events?
Yeah, that happens. Seems to be just about every year. There's a guy that comes in and surprises you. Casio Diaz, the year that he came in, he wasn't like the first pick or anything. He was up high, but when he came in the draft and then world champion the next year. And, he between Guilherme and what J-Dub were able to, kind of nudge him in the right direction. And like that had a lot to do with his success. And that's what I mean when I say teams really is having an influence, not just on the team side, but on the UTB side as well.
Yeah. So when you come back, Clay, you gonna you already got your RCA card. You're gonna try to enter some of those too.
I might after the team finals. Probably just focus on the teams when I come back and get on the Bulls at the house and all that, and then.
So even next year.
Yeah. So
Okay,
then
cool.
after the team finals, I'll go and probably go to some rodeos and maybe film a permit and enter a little bit next year and see how I like it. I have no idea how I'm gonna like it. I might not be a pro rodeo guy. I don't know. So I'm just gonna dabble in it a little bit here and there for now.
Yeah. Who else is on y'all's team?
Got Jess Lockwood, Clay Guiton, Derek Colbaba, Tiago Salgado, Keyshawn Whitehorse, Elizmar Jeremias. Forget anybody? It's 7. Adriano Salgado. Yeah. And we got the Salgado brothers.
And what's the tell me about the practice squad? Like that's just somebody ready to step up if somebody gets hurt?
Yeah, it's like a reserve roster. So you got 3 guys that you can put on that. And, say there's a guy that's 18, 19, it's almost like a developmental spot in football. Like you want these guys, they got the talent, they got the right attitude. But rather than going and putting them on the rankest bulls in the world, we're going to work with them for a year or two until they get to that, that level.
It's like if you can bring an 18-year-old to the camp, like bring him to our camp and just let him be around, guys like that we have on our team, it's crazy how much it just flips a switch for them.
Yeah.
Like not even, they already ride good, but just being around guys that have been there and done that and knowing that guys like that are truly on your side, it just flips a switch for a bunch of guys.
The guys on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they can go from being guys that, you'll see them on tour to guys that are, like I said, competing for world titles.
I bet the reverse is true too.
Yeah.
Like you get a veteran in there and somebody comes in and hotshot practice squad guy rides 2 or 3 in the practice pen. The veteran's like, ooh,
Yep.
I better better mind my P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it works both ways.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I learned a lot from Clay this year. Like, I think that's something that's so special about our team. Like, yeah, me and Jess have been there and done that, but at the end of the day, like, the next generation should be getting better if we're doing our job right. And, Clay taught me a lot as far as, in the buck and shoot, we have like a day where we just don't even get on bulls. We just get in the buck and shoot and go through ideas. And, we learn a lot from the younger guys as well.
I keep several interns around, and I've gotten to where I get pretty. I don't know. I try to choose people like. How do you really tell if somebody has the dog in them? But like when they get here, I'm pretty strict on that. Like obviously, like work ethic is important, but if somebody's gonna bring down the group, I'll fire them pretty fast. Like I just can't I gotta have somebody around that's gonna just help elevate the mood, the culture, the atmosphere, whether it's at practice or in the warehouse or at the ranch, wherever. But
I think that's one of the toughest things with the team deal. I don't want to say toughest, but like I said, it goes from an individual sport to a team sport, and it's so hard learning to, if you get thrown off your bull, to come back on the back of the chutes with a smile and be rooting for your teammate.
Yeah.
When we're so locked in to just being an individual sport and, throwing our little fits if we do, or just being just straight up pissed off.
yeah,
Where now you've got to come back on the chutes and you're rooting and you're, keeping a good attitude and you're bringing the positive vibes. Like it's such a flip you've got to switch you've got to flip to come back there and just, keep everyone positive.
Yeah, if your normal deal is stomping down the hallway and throwing a helmet, like we've all done, then you kind of got to set that aside pretty quick.
Yeah, and the reason being, like, you look across that chute and somebody's doing that, you're like, oh, we got him. We're about to get him. Like,
Dang.
yeah, we got you.
Because it does. It just brings, if you come back on the back of the chutes like that, the whole team is just looking at you and you bring them down with you. If you come back there positive, and that's what Jerome was so good about, is just instilling that in us that, hey, I don't give a shit what happens out there. You come on the back of the chutes and you're positive and you are cheering on the next guy. Like, we're all staying good here.
Right.
Because it will just bring the mood down.
Man, I hadn't thought about that. Like, we've all been in a situation where maybe the guy before us riding, like, bucked off, or maybe got hurt seriously or whatever, and you try not to even watch it, whatever, rule that, all right, I'm going to do my thing. But now that it's a team deal, if all 4 of your team members previously bucked off, like, oh, man, that's a different added layer of momentum kind of against you that you've got to now overcome.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that it'll work that way. So then if the team you're going up against, the opposite is true, they're winning. Like, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders before you nod your face.
And that goes with, like, knowing, like, because you get to set who goes first, who goes last, and everybody in the middle. Like, so that's kind of what we had to learn too, was where does each guy need to be. Coop always liked being first. I did not like being first. I liked being in the middle because, like, it seemed like if we ever we're owing, down a little bit and somebody had some rides on us, I liked that. Like, I liked being the guy that was right in the middle to pick us back up, And then Derek, he's really good at being the last whole guy, walking it off when we need him.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that Jerome studies and learns too, is where you need to be in the lineup every week.
Can somebody else get on a re-ride?
Yes.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Now, they won't tell you what the re-ride bull is until you tell them which guy you want to put on.
Interesting.
So that makes it, you could pick the first 5 bulls, but when it comes to the re-ride, you can't just say, well, this bull spins left, let me put this guy on him. You might put the wrong guy on, or it might be, say if Clay gets a re-ride, he can still take the re-ride.
How much of it does Jerome or any of the other coaches leave up to the riders as far as picking bulls? Or does anybody?
We normally have a round table discussion. We go eat dinner together at night, and we'll sit around and say, hey, this is the pin of bulls we have, and Jerome will kind of set it. This is what I think. What do you guys think? And, most of the time it was between me and Clay on 2 bulls, and we were pretty good about saying, well, this one is yours and this one's mine, or I took the hard one today, so you take the easy one. Like, Jerome kind of sets it and then kind of listens to the guys after that. But each team is different. Like, there's some coaches that I don't think they talk to their guys about it. They're like, hey, this is what I see as best, and
just send them what they got.
Go get on.
Yeah.
Man, thinking of the JB and Bushwhacker story and the draft situation where you do pick your own bull, and he picked him however many times, and are there situations like that? It seems as though there would be kind of a situation like that at every event where guys have an opportunity, like, hey, there's a safe road and a harder road, and I guess maybe that's where a coach might intercede and be like, hey, I like where your head's at, but I want you on this bull.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, we have a fun way. I'm not going to let out the secret, but we have a fun way of making the challenge bull fun for the guys to get on, because there is a bull in there every time, a rank bull or a magic potion, and it makes guys excited to be able to go step up and ride the toughest one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, 2 different times last year. I rode the, eliminator in the pen or whatever. But this guy right next to me, it went for like 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks or whatever, and the money kept building up. And Clay rode the eliminator bull, and then the next weekend I rode the eliminator, and it was 1/10 of the money.
Pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, it was pennies on the dollar. So every
funny.
time I rode the eliminator, Clay had just rode the eliminator either the day before or the week before. So I got, like Coop said, pennies to the dollar compared to what Clay got every single
So
time.
y'all got a
he rode
little
the
side
eliminator.
pot going.
Yeah.
I rode a bull. He was just a big, just heavy bull. Nobody really wanted to get on. I was 76 points on him and won the whole pot.
That's
and the
funny.
next day, Jess cracks unridden Chico for 89. and
50 cents.
Dang, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Is that how through the grapevine? I don't know. I'm sure y'all know kind of an idea. Is that how a lot of those teams do it? They get together, or are there some coaches like Lambert? Does he just like, no, you're getting on this bull?
You know, it's different from each team. Some teams will throw it out there and say, hey, you know, you guys figure it out. And then there's other coaches that are like, well, this is what I think you're getting on, and that's what you're getting on.
Yeah.
And we've had discussions at dinner where it's like 5 minutes, send the draw in, and we're good to go. And we've had other ones. They're like, all right, guys, we're closing. Got to get out of here.
Everybody doesn't always get a bull they want either. Like,
No,
even on
like-
this team, like it's not like you're always excited to go get on tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but we do a good job of spreading the love out, making sure that one guy is not just getting hammered on 3 times a weekend.
That's so unique, you know, just coming from a world where like, you know, I would normally just have whatever Procom told me, you know, like it was up to the computer system. It's so unique to think about as just an individual PBR bull rider. And now even like you know, with the team event, like, yeah, there's no telling what you get on depending on.
That's tough too, because like I feel like just from being a bull rider your whole life, there is just almost that little bit of selfishness, just a tad, you know. And you have to be like, all right, yeah, I do want to get on this bull more, but I got to get on this one for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's tough at first, but you have to look at it.
The flip
the
side
team.
of that is when you do get on the one that you want and you mess it up,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes you feel about this big. It's
Man,
like,
imagine.
man, I just fell off a practice bull.
And
They
then
gave me the
somebody-
one I wanted.
Yeah.
and somebody
And,
else has to get on the tough one.
Yeah.
And
Now I just
Yeah.
backed us in a hole.
Dang, it'd be hard not to.
What was the Bruno ball face I fell off of?
all hell.
Yeah, all hell.
It was
Like,
yeah.
never in a million years should I have fallen off this one, but I couldn't have rode a stick horse at this
You
point
found a
last
way.
year. And I found a way to fall off. And I felt so bad because I was like, man, Clay's getting on this tough bull.
I
And
think I had Black Harbor that day.
yeah,
No, I had Black Harbor the day you had the mini bull of the little bitty
Dynamite.
bull.
Yeah.
Dynamite. They
Yeah.
load mine and Coop's bulls,
side by side.
and they side by side. And Dynamite's like a 1,200 pound
If
little
that.
bitty thing, maybe. And Black Harbor's like 1,900 rolls in there behind him. There's that much difference in their size.
Golly.
And I just kind of looked at Coop. He's like,
I'll get
I
you
got
back,
you
buddy."
next week. I promise.
I promise I owe you one. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother, like, hopefully a guy has a good attitude where if he does fall off of all hell, you know, like, hey, I can bounce back. And then hopefully, you know, the flip side of that coin, the guy that had to get on the eliminator has a good attitude where he doesn't hold a grudge, you know, because that's not going to help anybody. Yeah.
We were all really good about just like taking the season as it came. Like if we lost, all right, we're gonna go get them tomorrow. And like even when things were tough last year, we all just kind of kept that same even keel. Like we're gonna be fine. And you know this team is built around guys with a strong mental game and guys that can strap when the pressure's on.
I don't need any specifics, but do you know of ways where the team atmosphere, like maybe a situation like what that we just described with the Bulls, like where it's come between guys on teams and like really split them up? Like, is that really a tough thing for some people to navigate?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely heard of situations like that where like 2 guys want the same bull and only one can get on him. Somebody's got to get on that harder one too. So, I mean, that's when, like I said, that is tough at first. You have to learn that, what's best for the team that day. But there has definitely been a lot of instances
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and then you go in there because, like, if you just draw that bull, like, hey, I have to have a good attitude. Like,
Yep.
all you have to blame is Procom.
Yeah.
But if you don't want a certain bull and you watch the man decide that's the one you're going to get on, like that, like now Procom has a face, and it would be hard not to be mad at that person.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want this trashy rascal. I want the nice one. Like, I'm going to have a bad day tomorrow, and it's your fault. Like, you can point to the guy whose fault it is. Or maybe it's a teammate. Or maybe it's now he's getting on the... Man, that would take a mature person to navigate that. It would take a winner.
Mm-hmm.
It would take a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no room for egos on teams. Like, it doesn't
Right.
work. You can have the greatest team put together, but if you've got egos in the locker room, it doesn't flow. Doesn't work.
Thankfully, bull riders don't have egos, right? Like the humblest guys in rodeo. Thankfully, yeah. Should have been more my buckle when I said that. Golly, man. So, have you guys been with the same team the whole time you've been with Cowboys?
No, I got drafted to the Wildcatters my rookie year. I was second pick and got drafted to the Wildcatters, and then last year I got traded to the Carolina Cowboys.
How's that feel?
It went pretty good. I got traded on Thursday.
No, not to the Cowboys. How's that feel to the...
I got traded on Thursday and won the event that weekend. So
Yeah, that felt real good, I bet.
yeah, I bet they liked that.
It's hard not to nod over there, huh?
Yeah.
Was it against them?
No, well, that was actually my first walk-off win. That was in the regular season. I got traded during the regular season.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'd never won an event, and they traded me on Thursday, and then Sunday I won the event in Sioux
Yeah.
Falls. And then my first walk-off win was against the Wildcatters.
Dang.
So that's
Dang.
pretty cool.
Yeah. That's it. Again, got to be mature.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be tough. That'd be tough not to, if you do throw your hat, throw it in that direction, you know, like, ugh. But I mean, it's hard not to do, if somebody doubts you and then you do well, you know, it's hard not to at least remember it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's tough as a coach too. Like, dang, man, the coach is like accountable to the whole team. Like, they're trying to make their best decision for the team, you know?
In some things, like it's difficult too. Like it may not even have been Clay. They just might have needed a left-handed guy, you know, at that time.
Right.
You know, you're trying to make sure that you've got a roster that's pretty evenly left-handed and right-handed. That way, if you got bulls that spin directions, whatever, you got a guy that can match it. So there's a lot to think about when you're setting rosters.
But in the back of your mind, when something like that happens, it's like, why'd they trade me? You know, like, you got to go into the event that weekend. But for me, it was what I needed. Like,
I was glad they did.
Yeah, it was what I needed. As soon as that happened, I went to riding, and I'd been struggling there for the last couple months, and then I went and won the event, and almost won a world title last year. But just that one little thing just flipped it for me, like put a chip on my shoulder, I guess. And
Yeah, in their defense, like, would that slump have been breaking had you not had the chip on your shoulder?
yeah,
You
and
know?
I wouldn't trade it. Like, I'm glad I was where I was for the first year. Like, I learned a lot of things there, and I'm glad it happened how it did. And I mean, it all prepared me and made me to be the bull rider I am today, I feel like.
Yeah. It's a lot of momentum. Yeah. Huh. So when's your next event? The teams deals?
Team still, yep. So it's supposed to be first one back in Colorado. Yeah,
Gotcha.
for the teams.
Yeah. You still got teams deal coming up too?
Yep.
Yeah. You're all in on that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it last year, and like I said, I had been out not riding for a couple years really, and that's the team deal being what it was last year, and just being on the team that I was with Coop, Derek, Clay. It really lit my fire again, and just made me kind of brought me back to the bull rider that I was. So I'm forever grateful to this team, and I'll never ride for another team.
How old are you now?
28, be 29 later this year.
Oh yeah, plenty of road left, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
couple years at tops.
Ask me when my back doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These surgeries that I've had, they're catching up with me, and as much as I like to think, I'm cowboy tough, I've got that reality in my mind that if I play my cards right in the next year or so and just go strictly teams, I think I'll go 3 more years. But
Good to know.
Father time is just
What'd you say?
I said that's good to know.
Yeah.
injuries catch up. Bull riding catches up with you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it even at 28 years old. Just the surgeries I've had, and stuff don't work the same.
Right.
had to start riding a little bit different than what I've been used to in years past, just because of the way my body works now. So it's a lot more maintenance than what it used to be. So
I'm really curious what we're gonna all feel like at like 65. You know?
Yeah.
Because like my back doesn't hurt, and I before my surgeries I was sitting down and standing up like you are.
yeah,
But it does pop. And so like every time I stand, like when I stand up after this podcast, like my back's gonna go, and I wonder like, how's that gonna feel in another 40 years?
it's
you know,
gonna get better or worse.
Yeah.
Probably worse.
it's probably not gonna get better. You're right. Yeah, yeah,
I'm pretty grateful when mine pops because most of the time it's so tight. Like
Yeah.
When it pops, it's normally releasing something.
What bothers you right now physically, having come off of retirement?
So I'm good. Like I just I had a decimated disc, and now that went and had a shot the other day and got that all lined out, about the only thing that bothers me is my back. But yeah, I mean, now that I'm not retiring or not riding anymore and hadn't ridden in several months, my body feels pretty good.
How many concussions do you think you had?
I don't know, a bunch. There was a handful, probably 5, I would say, that were like, man, that's sure enough a concussion.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the little dings that you don't know that are, several concussions. I think the worst one was probably Sioux Falls one year. I called my wife like 50 times, like all the way till like 2 o'clock in the morning. She's like, I'm still asleep like I was 5 minutes ago. And I just couldn't remember. Like, golly.
Do you feel like the new concern with, especially you two guys, like being coming out of the old school and going into bull riding in 2026, like, is it overkill? Do you like it?
I don't think it's overkill at all. Like I had several concussions, but there's guys that have had a lot. And, it's definitely a concern with everything going on, the CTE and everything else. Like, I think having the right protocol in there, having guys go get their brain scanned and making sure that everybody is well, I think we're taking a step in the right direction, especially, if we're going to take this sport to the next level, we've got to be able to make sure that the guys that we're putting on bulls we're not messing them up for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something I try to tell all the young guys. Like, there's more to life than just riding bulls. And if you have too many concussions and it's going to affect your livelihood after this, then it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bull riding's a small window. Sure, it's fun, but there's going to be a point when you have kids and a wife, and you want to be able to get out there and do that and remember those memories.
It's such a gray area. Like, I wish it were more black and white,
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was talking to JB about it, and he had said something. I loved the way it was he phrased it, but he was talking about one of his buddies that had hit their head, and he was like, yeah, maybe you do go get it checked. It's not like it's, something that's not important, like your arm or your leg or your ligament. And anyways, it was just the way he like, phrased that obviously a head or a neck is just a little, it's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But even the way that doctors know or don't know, like, it's so vague. Like, you break your arm, yeah, it's broke.
Yeah.
And then you can nail down to the day when it's okay to do physical activity with that arm.
Yeah.
Same thing with a knee, and ligaments are a little bit harder to tell, but like most everything else on your body, if you have an injury, like, it's a very clear date. No, you have to wait this long for a broken collarbone.
Yep.
But like, you get a head injury, it's just like, shoot, we don't know. The next one could be way worse, or you're fine, or, and I don't know. I think that's one of the things that makes it tough, especially when you bring the cowboy factor into it of just like, well, he believes he can ride, you know. I guess it just makes me wonder how it feels for a guy rodeoing in 2026, with rules and whatnot. Especially Kai just, his deal back in 2023, he just assumed he couldn't ride, having gotten knocked out when he won the world,
Yep.
But with rodeo, there's no concussion protocol right now. And so he was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm just going to go. That's easy. Which all of us would have done, anybody in this room. Like, it's the NFR. Like, I'll rest and January or whatever, you know. But what are all the specific rules with helmets with young guys
So if you were born after, I think, October '94, you have to wear a helmet in the PBR
all the time?
all the time. Yeah. And, you know, I don't think there's been any pushback from it. I mean, I think it's probably a great idea. I mean, I never really was a guy to get on in a hat other than at Clay's once, but,
Yeah.
you know, I just, that's all I've ever known is riding a helmet.
I make guys ride in them here if they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, if one of you guys wanted to get on here without one, I wouldn't make, you know.
Yeah.
But like new guys, new interns, like if you're just starting out, like, hey, you know, don't be an idiot. Like put your helmet on. You don't even know what,
Yeah.
you know, which side to drop your rope on. So let's wear a helmet. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a
I mean, you get one brain, so
yeah.
you don't want to go out there and, you know, just put it through the ringer. You know, if you
At 22 years old.
if you have several concussions, probably time to go get it evaluated. And you know, there's too much life out there outside of an arena that being on the back end of my career and retired now, like, yeah, that's my mindset. But at 20, it would not have been that.
Yeah. How old are you now?
32.
Yeah. Isn't it wild? Like that's retirement age.
Well,
What a sport.
yeah.
That's how young a guy can be when they retire.
It's rough. It's a lot of you're getting on the best bulls in the world every single weekend, and the bull power from Coop's rookie year and my rookie year is in a different ball game now. You know, there used to be a couple 21 pointers each weekend when we were going, or when we were younger, and now I would say 22 is pretty just commonplace in the long rounds at the events.
I'll
Like
tell you
it's
this.
just a different ball game.
So
you think it's
over-
changed that much just in y'all's
I
career?
know it's changed that much.
Over the
You
first
used-
half of the finals, there were 40 bulls with 44 plus bull scores in that little span. And it's like not the same bulls, it's 40 different bulls.
Yeah.
That's some bull power.
It's like a quarter of
Yeah.
everything they buck.
That's what I was doing the math on. It's like literally 1 out of every 3 or 4 bulls, 44 plus.
It's way different now. Even this year, being one of my first years just to go through a season the last 3-4 years, you get to the short round and you're middle of the pack. There's very limited bulls that you're looking at that is like, oh, like that's a good one. Like, and they're all hard buckers, but nothing you're looking at that's like, oh, I'm really like that one's just a cool bull.
Yeah.
I feel like back 2016, 17 when we were younger that, you know, there'd be half of the bulls in the short round that, yeah, they really, really bucked, but you were just craving them. Like they were just a bunch of cool, hard bucking suckers. And now there's like maybe 2-3 in there that you're like, oh, that's a cool, hard bucking bull. The rest, they're going to throw something at you. They got something special to them. They're doing something different.
It seems to be like trending more like the old school type of stuff now too. That like Buck's kind of dirty about it. It's not whoop on. It's not Bruiser that just kicked out there and, you know, they were going to give you a bunch of flashy kicks. Like now it's you better be on your toes just about every jump.
Yeah.
Pick the smallest one.
Yeah, pick the smallest one.
So, dang, you're 20. That's all you know now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Is that
if
pinnables?
If you're in there, I'd say under 6th pick, you probably get your hands full.
Yeah, and that's
The only thing that a bunch of guys do pick directions. So like I've had instances where there's a bunch of say there's a bunch of righties in front of me and I'll pick a bull that goes either way. So they'll leave a really good lefty just because they all want the righties. They'll pick a tougher righty just so he goes right. And that's one way you can get lucky in that draft. But is a bunch of guys picking one direction in front of you.
yeah.
But
And then if you get down there to 10 or 12, you pick whatever the smallest
then
one is.
you,
Like you said.
I'm usually 8 or below. I'm picking the smallest one. That's usually how I go about it.
That's funny. So that's why I guess maybe it's a lot of pressure for you to get on 86-point practice bulls.
I mean, I'm thinking about it all year. I think my average score was dang near 88. Like, you're getting on 8. I think most of the time I was 87 a lot this year, like in the long rounds.
Yeah.
And I was watching probably 2016, 17, like 87, 88s would win rounds.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if you're 87, 88, you might get top 10 in a round.
Yeah.
93.3 or something won around in the long round this year. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy how competitive each round is now.
Man, I don't feel like, Jess, you took that long of a break and you came back to this.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what it feels like. 2023, I came back for, I don't know, 3-4 events. But really before that, 2020 was the last World Finals I made. It was 2020. And then 2021 to last team season, there were some injuries, there was some rough living parts of my life in there. But to come back to the finals from 2020 to this finals, it makes the 2020 finals looks like a practice pen.
Yeah, so you're
Nothing against the Bulls, but the Bull power is just exceeded so much. It's just on a whole nother level. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, not only are you now, a little bit older, but you're coming off those injuries, and the Bulls are different. Like everything's different.
Yeah.
There was like 6 90s the other night.
5, I think. Yeah.
5?
Yep.
5 90s in round 2 the other night. So imagine being 90 and finishing 5th in the round.
What really stood out to me was the first round this year, to compare it to, any of the time you and me were riding when we were younger. ABBI Classic night. When they finished the round on Thursday, and there was 6 rides? 6 rides out of 40 guys. I was like, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Even when we were younger. I mean, there wouldn't be a lot of rides, but there would be at least 10.
Yeah.
But to have 6 guys out of 40 to just stay on is insane to me.
Yeah.
And you'll notice too, like, I don't know, but at the beginning of the year when everybody's really, really healthy and feeling really good, I remember in Tucson that year, they rode, I think it was 24 or 21, 20. I don't know, I was 84 and a half and finished 19th in the round.
Dang.
And, like, as the season goes on, it's like that kind of dwindles down how many they ride in the round because it just gets so tough on everybody's bodies.
You can definitely tell when everybody starts getting tired.
Yeah, Albuquerque. I always think it's Albuquerque, and after Albuquerque, that's like final stretch. Like everybody's beat up, and that's when it gets tough.
Yeah. I had a question on the tip of my head. I've been wanting to ask the whole time, and I just got to thinking about what you were just saying. I'm being a good listener. Is what the problem is. Is there a downside to the teams? There's got to be something downside where it's just like, man, I wish this was different, or the teams are great, but there's also this other side.
I think on our team, there's no downside. I mean, I don't think of one. I can't think of one.
I mean, I guess one downside would be like, we're not. You don't want to do the teams deal all year so that you can still declare a world champion.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody is excited for each season. Like by the time you get done with one, you're looking forward to the next.
That is what I like. Like teams is over, it's time for UTB. Like excited for that, and then like right now I'm ready for teams. But after the finals last year in Vegas, I was ready for the UTB. Like it gets you kind of excited for that next half of your season.
Gotcha. Same number of events,
13,
or is that they add a couple?
13 team events, and I think there was 18 UTBs.
17 or 18, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's more than I thought.
Yep. So we 30 weekends a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every team's event, though, is 3 days pretty much. There's
I
a
think
couple
there's
that are
1
2
or 2
days,
of
but
them, yeah.
Yep.
every team's event is 3 days, whereas most UTB events are 2 days.
Did has it changed maybe like the way sponsor endorsement deals come about? Has that improved?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's changed a lot.
yeah.
Now you're not just your agent or whoever's doing it for you. They're not able to sell you for a year. They're able to sell you for 6 months on TV. And yeah, you can do some social media and whatnot, or go to some sign-ins the rest of while it's the team season, but you're not getting coverage on CBS or Paramount or Fox, whatever we're on. So it's cut stuff in half for sure.
Your sponsors get you kind of from, I guess, what did it start? December this year?
December to May
to May is when your sponsors will have you. And then you're in the teams for the rest of the year. Wearing
So
those
you're
sponsors.
subject to I guess is that just where your pay comes from for as far as like the team sponsors,
No,
or
so
like do you
you've-
get a little extra money from that?
You've got EA agreements with your team. Like, so each person can negotiate their contract just like any kind of NFL team or baseball team or whatever. Like, hey, my time is worth this. And, you can get creative really however you want to as far as
If you've got the
negotiating your
leverage.
contract. Yeah, if you got the leverage. And, the guys get paid really well during team season. Like, telling somebody the other day, they were talking about how much Rodeo pays this and that. Well, 13 events, we made what they made, pretty much going to the NFR and having a great year.
Yeah.
So
And there's
it's,
a bunch those EA you can't find, they're not recorded like
yeah,
online. Like they'll post what we won last year or whatever versus the PRCA guys, and that's with none of our contracts. So that's counting none of that. That's just what the PBR has paid us.
and like we would love to have more PRCA guys come over and ride, and I don't think that they realize like how good those EA agreements can be, and it's going to be negotiated through your team, and each and every team's going to be different, but like it's life-changing money for a bull rider.
Hey, old son, if you're not feeding every morning with a Can-Am side-by-side, then you ain't no cowboy. I got a Can-Am because I needed a reliable ranch rig that I could use every day because I don't know how to work on stuff like that. So I want something that's not going to break down ever. Get yourself a Can-Am, old son. Hey, Bro Tater Chip, if you like getting swole-o-matic, then get yourself some Protein on mountainops.com. Hey, or if you just like being healthy, whether you're trying to bulk up, get healthy, have energy, go to mountainops.com and use code Kevin for 20% off.
How many years has the team still been? 3?
4 seasons. This will be the fifth.
How many times have y'all won it?
One time.
Just this last time?
Yeah,
No team's ever won it twice.
Oh, dang. How many teams are there?
10.
I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah, there's expansion next year, so there'll be 2 more teams. It'll be 12.
I don't have cable. So I apologize if some of these questions are something I should have known, but all I really get are just the snippets on Instagram.
Yeah.
Dang. So across the board, though, with the teams have given bull riders more money,
Yes.
y'all would say,
Oh yeah,
across
for
the
sure.
board.
Yeah.
Even if a team doesn't win the year in.
And like you can set your contract up like it's performance based on you. Like not if the team wins. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still
Yeah.
you're riding for your money with your team. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Some
like he
guys
said, you
have
can get
big
creative.
guarantees. Some guys have
Yeah,
good
some guys have big guarantees. Some guys have more of a
Incentive.
performance
performance incentives. yeah.
base. Yeah. And you can set it up to where like, yeah, it's a team event, but I stay on. I win this every week, so I'm gonna stay on for my money too. You know. So.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah. But still, even maybe the guy with the least amount of leverage that makes it on a team, if he does go through a slump, he's still going to get a check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's still going to get something.
And that's like people will say too, like the game's over, or like if the game's already over, and the game's already decided, why is this guy even getting on? Still making money
Yeah.
to ride this one, you know. Win or lose the game, still making money to ride him.
Yeah. What's like a minimum type amount a guy might, I used to hear back in the day it was like $500 just for showing up or something like that.
It's gone up now, so I think it's $1,500 for the reserve roster guys when they show up this year. But you can pay reserve roster guys like $23,000, I think, and then $1,500 for when they show up and they never even get on a bull. So there's that's $40,000 for 13 weekends to go cheer on your team and get better.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of opportunities for a young guy to get in, and sure, maybe he may not make the most money that year, but you set yourself up for success and you sign a 1-year deal. Next year you're a free agent and you can go negotiate that however you want to and not have to go sign
Yeah.
minimum amounts. I think the guys are getting smarter too with how they're structuring their contracts, and guys are making some real money.
Yeah. I don't ask about the bare minimum. Just I guess like it's just because I think that's what a guy should strive for by any means, but more it's just like, dang, if it starts there where a guy can make almost 40 grand for 6 months being at the bottom, like there's no telling where it can go.
And that's just EA agreements, and that part doesn't have anything to do with what the PBR pay is. So, I mean, you're getting paid from your team, and you're getting paid from the PBR based on your team's performance that week. You do pretty good.
Yeah, especially if y'all win.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, winning's definitely always going to pay more.
Yeah.
Yeah, winning always pays more. That's good to know. That's good to know.
It always helps stay on.
Huh. Dang, did I miss anything? Is there anything interesting that a guy that doesn't have cable is missing out on?
I guess the only interesting thing is the people that buy the teams. You know, like our ownership group, Richard Childress and Jeff Broyne, like they're people that we wouldn't typically meet walking up and down the street.
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine.
But man, like our ownership group is awesome. They call each of our guys and treat them like family. You get a phone call from Mr. Richard. That's pretty cool. You grew up watching him and Dale Earnhardt and just the people that get involved and to see how much they care about it. To me is one of the coolest parts about teams. And when we talk about growing a sport, like getting people like that involved, dang sure helps it.
Yep. That's like we were at the Charlotte Motor Speedway a couple weeks ago, and them guys were at the Texas Motor Speedway the other day. Like they're having us at NASCAR is growing it big time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I feel like how you feel like the number of bull riders across the board has grown, you two older guys? Or has it?
I don't know if the number of bull riders has really grown. I think maybe the numbers are about the same, but the bull quality is getting better and the riders aren't, up until this point. I feel like we're starting to see with teams like starting to figure out that learning curve a little bit better and faster.
To me, what I've really noticed is that I don't think the number of bull riders has grown, but the amount of young bull riders that are so good is different.
That's good.
Because when me and Coop came around, like, who was in your rookie class?
Kaiki.
You and Kaiki. Like, there was 2, maybe 3 guys.
Yeah.
And me and Derek came around and were rookies the same time. There's 2 guys. Now you've got Clay, John Crimber, Caden Loud, Hudson Bolton, like Marco. There's so many young guys that are at the elite level now.
Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick Smith.
That are successful, like not just there.
Yeah, they're not just there. They're showing up and riding bulls and the best bulls in the world. The number of young guns coming in and just kicking ass, really. It's just grown so greatly.
My rookie year, rookies won first and second in the world.
Dang.
So
I guess I asked that question coming from, and maybe I'm noticing bronc riding because I have out of all the interns, that's what I have the most of is bronc riders, and it's what I was doing towards the end of my career the most. But there are so many more bronc riders than there used to be, even just several years ago. Like it's changed. It's like I think that bronc riding to find a duck off for these guys, even at the AMI level, is just so much harder than it was 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I personally felt like that was a little bit specific to the bronc riding. Maybe bears had grown in numbers a little bit, but I was just curious if y'all saw it on your side.
If you look across PRCA and PBR, like kids 22 and under, like the Noah Lees, the Hayden Welches, the Wacy's, and like the talent for those younger guys, like it's shining compared to what it used to, like Jess was talking about. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot more talent at a young age than what used to be.
Yeah. Dang. Cool. Well, the future is bright. I've thought that. I've been saying that. Like, I think that because of the internet, the sport is growing. That's what, when I started making content, I felt that, because that was, my first video was 13 years ago. How old would you have been?
7.
Well, the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like the internet has just, it's not stopped growing.
No.
Yeah.
And, prior to, 20, 30 years ago, there'd be 7-year-olds that maybe didn't know this life existed.
Yeah.
But now because of the internet, they do. And I'm just not surprised at all the growth personally, and I think it's going to continue so long as we keep shedding positive light on it.
Yep.
But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of kids coming up, 15, 16 years old that are.
Yeah,
Everybody's already got their eyes on them, you know that.
and they're not. They're and some of them will quit, but a lot of them won't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was working with a sponsor at one point, and early on when TikTok started taking off, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to get on TikTok. They're just too young." I was like, "What do you think they're going to be in 5 years? 18?
Yep.
Like what's wrong with anyway?" That's just my thought on it. I'm excited about the future of the sport for sure, and the whole industry as a whole, and the Western industry. Cool. Did we miss anything?
Nailed
Anything
I
else?
think we nailed it.
Do we need to plug it? Anything else? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
We didn't
plenty
bring
of
up
those.
the infamous Nashville. I don't know if we want to talk about that today.
Music
What?
City.
Yeah, infamous Nashville from last year.
Oh,
Is it going? Is there a PBR at Music City?
Yep.
there
That
is,
same
yeah.
weekend.
Yep.
I've been thinking I'm probably going to try to go to that.
Nashville's probably the coolest, or
That's
one of
my
the
favorite
coolest
event all year.
Events.
The Music City Rodeo is at the end of the month.
No,
The PBR teams event.
it's in August.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
PBR teams event there.
I didn't know if during the rodeo they also had a PBR.
It's awesome though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Some places like actually have hardcore home crowds.
yeah.
Mhm.
Really?
Some places they like have fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you go up against Nashville in Nashville,
You're getting booed.
you're getting booed.
Dang.
You're getting
Yeah,
booed.
New
Oh,
York
New York
or-
and New York, like you're getting booed.
That seems.
Austin, and Austin, you're getting booed. When like especially like the main time is when you go up there for intros,
Mm-hmm.
and the way they do it is when they introduce you, they'll be like the opposing team, the Carolina Cowboys.
Yeah.
Boo! Like it's crazy.
My
to-
favorite part was going up for intros and messing with the guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'd always go up like John Crimmer, he'd be like, "I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass," and I'd just bring him bubble gum. Well, there's your bubble gum, but you ain't kicking no ass.
Yeah, that's it, baby. That's
Yeah.
funny. We normally wrap up with life advice. Each of y'all got something that has helped you in your careers?
I think stay humble and stay hungry. I mean, I think that's two of the things that you can really, if you can hone in those two things and stay pretty grounded, you can accomplish just about whatever you want to. And surround yourself with good people because people you surround yourself with, that's who you're going to be.
Coop stole mine. I was gonna say stay grounded and keep good company around, because the people you have in your life and spend your time with, it's gonna shed light on your career and your path in life. Just stay on the good path.
I think of mine would just have to be trusting what the Lord has for you. You know,
Yeah.
He's got a plan. It might not be what you want right now or all that. Like me having to sit out the finals, you know, that wasn't my plan, but that's what He sees best fit for me right now. And just trusting in that. Just know God's got a plan for you.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that makes me. I've been kind of honing in on trusting the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He'll make your path straight. That Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Yeah. So I'll go with that one since you said that. Cool. Well, you guys watch the finals this weekend. You guys look out for the teams event, first one in July, and watch out for the Carolina Cowboys. They're here to kick ass so hard John Crimber spits out his bubble gum. Pow pow and on to the next one.